All right, good evening, everybody. It is a rainy day here, but we're still on the field. We've got the final playoff game in the G1 Football League. Here tonight, we've got the Cowboys and the Sentinels going to be going at it. We've got the coin toss. I am here. James is here, bringing you all the play-by-play action as we have for weeks now.
Indeed, Robbie, as we're coming off of last week's game that came down to the very last second.
Right,
very last play of the game.
That was some next level football last week, as the Sentinels squaring up to kick off here in the wet, rainy conditions that we got here.
Indeed. We had rainy conditions the last few weeks, but of course we were playing in the domes. There's
Oh no, we don't have a repeat of last week's game. The Cowboy goes down at the 38.
Indeed, California starting off 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Still a decent return despite having ample room to run, just not able to break away from San Antonio's kick team there.
Right, and that's the thing. What we saw last...
Just like that, they say, we're not going to score on the kickoff, we're going to score on the first pass of the day. Theory from California sets it up beautifully, gets past the defender for a beautiful 62-yard pass and catch. As the fireworks go off, California is up 6-0.
All right, a good start thanks to Chronos Theory for the Cowboys as here comes the kick.
Indeed, who knows? Chronos, and that is an extra point good, which I don't think we've seen a missed extra point this season.
Nope.
That is, as you see there, the one play, 62 yards and a touchdown. California coming out for lack of a better term, shooting here at the first quarter.
Right, and that's the thing. It still plenty of time as here comes the kickoff team. We didn't get a repeat of last week because if you can recall, James, last week we had to start off the game. We had initially a return from kickoff touchdown. It was a crazy thing, but it ramped up further because from that kickoff, which isn't happening here, is not going to be happening now, there was another return kickoff touchdown, just back to back, just craziness starts the day as Lasagna Cat gets
almost breaks it open himself for a one-pass touchdown there. Woo! These defenses better lock it up quickly, or else this game's going to be another back and forth, high-scoring affair.
Right. I mean, that's kind of sort of what we saw last week as Malusian gets down before getting pushed back past the 50-yard line. But I gotta say, seeing that type of defense, I want to say, if you had to gauge from what you know of the past season, who do you think in this is the better team as the Cowboys get a big pushback QB sack?
Well, as is the case, I mean, we all came in thinking various teams were the heavy odds-on favorites. I mean, early in the season, as that is a false start on the center there. Somebody got a little too anxious there on the team from San Antonio. Everyone thought Florida was going to be the team to beat, but they got out of the playoffs themselves. I mean, at this point, I think California City is the favorite to win it all, as we are in our second of two semifinal matchups here.
Right. Understandable.
On paper, everything says it's California City. It's as in fact here they got a 3-and-out here, so the punt is away, looking like a fair catch is about to be called, and it is, and that'll be setting up shop at their own 44-yard line.
Right? I
You
mean,
look on paper, offense, defense, and special teams all lean towards California City based on all the statistics and video we've seen of the teams this year.
right, that's true, but I mean, I'm sure if you look at a lot of things we've got a interception by Cade. Okay.
It happened again, Robbie. It happened again, much like our baseball counterparts. I said something, and the sport willed it into the exact opposite.
Right, I mean, but
California City was the favorite, and suddenly interception for San Antonio.
right, it makes me wonder how those guys are doing. I mean, it's been a few weeks since their championship game, and their season is over. I hope those guys are doing okay. I mean, I know I got to see the championship games myself. Hopefully you did, and everybody else out there did as well a few weeks ago. That is a big income. Yeah.
Quarterback and receivers. The quarterback was expecting to go a few more feet to the left there, and instead he stopped short.
As now Novit, gets it away to Wordman,
But
who
he's
is
short by a couple of yards as he gets knocked out of bounds. Field goal unit coming out for the Sentinels.
all right. Hopefully, even with the rainy, wet conditions, this shouldn't be too hard. Nope, there it goes.
Jayhawk uprights is about extra point distance. It's good.
Jayhawk
They didn't get
with that good kick. Everything looking good here.
Yep, as they didn't get a touchdown out of the turnover, they still got 3 points, and that's 3 points that they received. I'm sure they're thankful for at this point as we're awaiting the next kickoff here.
Right, and I also want to touch on the whole San Antonio, the Sentinels. I will have to say, if you look at a lot of things, they definitely fought hard to get here. Because we saw some of their early games in the season every so often, and they started out kind of iffy as they only get to the 19, but they definitely fought back in the later seasons to get here in the later weeks, as I think if they can get some good drives on them, I think maybe the Sentinels might come away as Hornet breaks through the defensive line, goes right past almost everybody for a good first down. But here in this final game to ultimately decide who goes to the championship, on paper it may be the Cowboys, as Conk with the catch for the first down at the 40. I wouldn't exactly count out the Sentinels quite yet. But then again, I mean, I've been wrong before. Plenty of times, actually. So, but I got to say, I'm looking forward to, at this point, to hopefully see some possible big plays, some unexpected things from the Sentinels to keep them in the game, in line to get that championship trophy. As that is unfortunate. That is a loss of 3 from that potential run there, James. Hornet back to pass, but just too much coverage there.
Sentinel smelled that play from a mile away and were able to defend it properly. Let's see what the Cowboys do here. Oh, okay, well, we have our answers. I was going to say, most teams in this position do what the Cowboys do, which is punt it away, try to pin the opposing team deep, as San Antonio opts to...
Vort didn't go for a fair catch, tried to get a hold of it and run, but was immediately taken down at the 5-yard line.
Vork opting to catch the ball instead of let it possibly bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. I wonder if maybe he saw the way the ball was going, if it was going to bounce for the Cowboys and stop short. You're not sure. what the decision made was there, but as Malusian takes it out for a 5-yard run, the Sentinels are set up deep in their own territory.
Second and 5. The ball is on the 10-yard line.
As now back to pass. Good to Obsidian Sigma for the catch and the first down.
Up to this point, the first one is relatively quiet. That is, Obsidian Sigma is the big target for the quarterback. Lenovid and Obsidian Sigma are the 1-2 punch that the Sentinels have carried throughout the postseason.
Second and 6.
And now Malusian trying to run, and a little short of where he wanted to go. But still, they're close. They're close, and that's what they need. They need to get over that line. Keep this drive going here. And Obsidian Sigma with a good catch for the
Indeed,
first
as you see
down.
there, Obsidian Sigma coming through in the clutch for the Sentinels. Nice 16-yard reception.
So now the Sentinel's going to continue. Wide open, Omega Mario breaks away from 1, 2, 3 people to go to the 5 and in for a touchdown. Sentinels.
You love to see it if you're a fan of San Antonio. You hate to see it if you're here in California City. Mario making a couple of people miss, having some excellent blocking from Obsidian Sigma downfield, broke it open and scored on a beautiful 60-yard catch and run by the Sentinel receiver. As the conversion is good, and just like that, San Antonio has their first lead of the day. As you see there, good balance of running and passing early in the drive, but of course the big play, the big 60-yard throw and catch from Lenovid to Omega Mario.
Right, incredible, nice, wonderful play there by the Sentinels to bring them into the lead now. All right, they got the ball, but some good blocking there. They were able to get to the 30. Almost thought they were going to keep going for a minute there, James. That was looking a little iffy.
Indeed. As Turbo, unfortunately, momentum carries him out of bounds is only a 3-yard reception.
Second and 7. At the 33-yard line.
And just short, 1 yard away from the first down.
At the 39-yard line.
All right, here we go. Ginger breaks through. Good for a first down, and the Cowboys can keep on going.
First and 10.
And again, Ginger trying to get through, but gets stopped, but still
At the 48-yard line.
gets about halfway there, which is good. They want to keep moving forward as best they can, and they give it to Ginger again, and this time 2 yards short of that first down that they need.
It's 3rd and 2. The ball is on the 49-yard line. 3rd down. Third and 7. From the 46-yard line.
As now it looks like they got stopped. The punt is away. It goes back to the Sentinels here, but fair catch called. Vort gets to it in time.
About 5 or 6 Cowboy defenders running into his path. Cowboy calls for the fair catch. And Sanovid gets ready to hike the ball.
Gets it. Good catch to Green there at the 45.
With 7 for 9 today, 134 yards through the air, 1 touchdown for Mega Mario. As the Sentinels are moving.
All right, Novid. Goes down. They're at the 48 before getting in too much trouble.
You have to wonder if that was a designed read option play, as his running back was right behind him the whole way. Could have possibly broken it open for pitch and catch rope, and instead opted to keep it and just get the safe 7 yards.
And now big pass, but incomplete.
They've thrown a little high, possibly a little late, as the Cowboy defender was there to knock it out of the air.
All right, Novid looking, trying to find somebody. Finds Obsidian Sigma just on the other side of the line for the first down.
Obsidian Sigma coming in clutch once again for San Antonio. Thankfully, forward momentum carried him. He gave him the first down as they set up shop here. Obsidian Sigma almost catches another one, but unfortunately drops it.
All right, setting up 2nd and 10.
Novid play breaks down. Well, Novid has to keep it himself. Only gets a 1-yard run out of it. This is an important 3rd and 9 for California City if they can stop them here.
Is now good catch by Omega Mario.
California City had 2 or 3 defenders in that area, but the ball managed to get into Mario's hands. He says, "It's a me, it's a Mario." Gets the catch for the first down as Malusian runs it out of the backfield.
As now Novid goes for a run and good for the first down. I gotta say, Sentinels have just been creeping, and now they've got into the danger zone here of getting a good lead on the Cowboys.
Indeed, they're setting up shop in the red zone as that ball was thrown into triple coverage and almost intercepted. Sets up a 3rd and goal here. Not sure, I guess the play broke down or maybe a miscommunication again by Novid as that was an incomplete pass. And it looks like a false start maybe for a false start for the Sentinels. As it moves them 5 yards back, gives them a little more space to run, but pushes them a little further away from the end zone.
Look at that, Novid almost gets to the end zone there.
Yep, setting up prime real estate. Let's see if they go for it or if they... Oh, never mind. They answered the question before I could even ask it. The kicker is out.
There it goes. They extend their lead once again.
Indeed. Add another 3 points on, go up, double their lead from 3 to 6. As you see there, they set up shop in the red zone, and unfortunately a false start pushed them back and just pushed them just a little bit out of range for a touchdown at that point. We await the kickoff here. All right, and remember, folks, this is not, obviously, this is the last of the two semifinal matchups. So you folks may remember last week we had a barn burner that came down to the last play as the kickoff is caught. So let's see where they run with it. Tries to break it open to the outside, but unfortunately he's unable to do so. Didn't have the speed to do it, and set up shop at their own 20-yard line. As California City looks to move the ball offensively. Already with a turnover today with the interception earlier. As Hornet opts to keep it to themselves, gets a 3-yard gain on the play. Looking like California City's a little discombobulated as far as their play calling is going.
The ball is on the 23-yard line.
As Hornet hands it off to Ginger for another 3-yard gain, sets up shop for 3rd and 4 here. Third and I say manageable for her, but you know they'd like to be closer, obviously. And that is a beautifully thrown ball to Chronos Theory for the first down. Put it in there perfectly to where only Chronos could catch it. Who knows Chronos? And he caught that ball for a first down. It looked like Conch was unable to break away there, as that's a 2-yard gain. Hornet throws it back. Looks like to... Oh, one second, let me see the jersey. Jace, or I'm probably mispronouncing that, but... Jace with a 10-yard catch. California City suddenly feeling their oats offensively. As that is a tipped pass, it looked like at the line. Thankfully comes down and hits the ground incomplete. Almost intercepted again. There were a couple of San Antonio defenders there arguing over who should catch the ball. As that is the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. As you see, a back-and-forth matchup with the Sentinels, and that one interception being the difference here, as it is a 13-7 game. Hornet takes the ball back, throws it over the middle to Chronos Theory once again, using the play that works so well here in the G1 Football League for every team, not just this team. The 5-yard slant and out, and it breaks open for a first down for the Cowboys. It is the most commonly called play because most defenses cannot stop it. As Chronos Theory again slides a few yards after initial hit and manages to pick up an extra couple of yards, setting them up at the 14-yard line. Chronos Theory over 100 yards for the game after that reception. As Ginger takes it and only goes about a yard, trips up over his own offensive lineman. I think he ran into one of their butts and just bounced backwards.
The ball is on the 13-yard line.
As Hornet ready to call the play here, sees what the defense gives him, and is immediately sacked. Came in unblocked. You love to see it if you're a San Antonio fan. You hate to see it if you're rooting for California here. As that was Chad Madden coming in with the hard hits, setting and making it a 3rd and long 14 here for California City. As almost sacked again, Hornet opts to keep it himself, get a few yards forward, and will let the field goal unit come out here for them. As field goal unit is on, it's about extra point distance. The kick is up through the uprights in the middle, and it is good. Drive stalled up, but they got 3 points out of it. It is now a 13-10 ball game. As you see there, California City was rolling through the air. Unfortunately, the drive came up a little short. That sack on second down really put a halt to any thoughts of a touchdown. As we await the kickoff. As Vork takes it out of his own end. Makes a couple of guys miss, and here we go! There is nobody to beat. Vork is wide open, and that will be a touchdown for the Sentinels. I think we average one kickoff return for a touchdown a week, and that is it. There it is. Vork with some beautiful blocking, making a couple of guys miss at the 30-yard line, and just nothing but daylight for the Sentinels here. If you're a fan of California City, you gotta be. That's like a punch to the gut after getting 3 points. They just returned the ball for another 7, and just like that, San Antonio up by 10. It is a 10-point lead here, as you see there. Obviously, nothing done offensively. It was all San Antonio's kick return. As my colleague Robbie would know, that this is again, it seems to be an average of one kickoff return for a touchdown per week. And that is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen, with just under 13 minutes left in the first half.
Hey, you know what? I do know that. Believe it or not. I mean, there have been times where we haven't had any, but still, when you see it happen, when it does happen, it is a amazing event when it does happen.
Indeed, as that is brought not for a return. He had a chance, but he couldn't make a defender miss, as the Cowboys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. As Hornet takes it back, and wide open is Powell.
Powell goes
from the defenders. He does, and nothing but daylight. As that is a touchdown for the Cowboys. A total of 17 points scored in the last 30 seconds, Robbie.
Right. I mean, here in the second corner, things are really popping off, as the young ones out there like to say.
Yeah, it's all hashtag lit fam, as Darren Powell with the big 77-yard reception makes it back to a possible 3-point lead here, as the extra point is up and through the uprights.
As it is good to see the Cowboys finally come back, answer for that deficit that they've had.
You got to love the graphics on the screen there with the way that pass looked. It was not, obviously, as the folks saw, it was not lobbed. It was a 10-yard pass that Powell managed to break open for a 77-yard touchdown.
As now the kickoff commences.
And while that kickoff return for a touchdown was a punch to the gut, California City said, well, we're going to answer right back in one play. So it is back to a 3-point lead for San Antonio. And this time they say we will not let up a return. They stop it at the 22-yard line.
Uh-oh, we got some movement out there. Sentinels looking, and Lasagna Cat catches it off a tip, runs back to get it. Good for the first down.
Something we haven't seen a ton of here in the G1 Football League is a tipped catch. But that is made, as that is a first down. As I think initially Lenovid was looking for Obsidian Sigma, missed through the ball, but thankfully the Lasagna Cat was there.
As Malusian tries for a run, but gets, run down. Only gets a 1-yard gain. Also, Novid going for it. Gets close, but before he gets in trouble, he goes down at the 44. Novid finds a pass, gets it away, but I don't know where he was throwing that, James.
Sometimes it's a simple miscommunication. Sometimes just quarterback's looking to get rid of the ball. I'm not exactly sure what it is. But either way, a punt is away with nobody. Look, we're going to see a return here.
All right, Theory didn't get very far that time.
Look,
Where did
Theory ran right into a Sentinel defender.
All right, where did that guy even come from? It's like he just appeared and just wham! Down at the 17. Different return here this time as the pass is away Madden with the catch. Oh my God, they've done it.
An interception return for a touchdown. We don't see that much here, but the opportunity was given, and Madden said, I will take this and put the team on my back and put it in the end zone for 6 points.
Wow. At this point, the Sentinels have got themselves quite a lead.
Indeed, and back to 10 points here. As obviously, we're not going to have stats for that play, as that was just an interception return for a touchdown. You got just over 10 minutes left in the first half.
Right, and that's the thing. There are still plenty of time left in the first half of this game here in this second quarter. So we've seen California come through, close the gap. Obviously, they didn't pull ahead or nothing, but if they can get a good... Oh, he shakes off one guy, but can't make it through the mess of other men in his way. And they go down at the 31. There's now pass to Son of Russ for the first down on the 46 there. Hornet goes back, gives it to Panda. Ooh, just shy of the first down. It's now Turbo taking that ball, running out of bounds with it. I guess his turbo speed got the best of him. He just kept going a little bit too fast one way as another pull. Surprise, there's no like roughing or anything like that on that, but woo, that was a rough hit. As now incomplete pass, too much coverage, too much people on that ball. As wow, that was a heck of a deep pass, but unfortunately didn't get in nobody's hands. As now we go to 4th and 10 as they're back at the 30. They're going for it. Can they, in these conditions, get it through the uprights? It is good.
Just had the height, the length, the power, and the distance on that one. You don't see a ton of field goals kicked that far out here, but that was one that was beautifully kicked. And that is 3 points, and it puts the lead to 7.
Right? I mean, if they can get if they can, at this point, if they can stop the Sentinels, get that ball back, make a good, hard drive into the end zone, they could tie this up here before the half. All right, stop at the 23 with absolutely going nowhere on that play. All right, Novid looking back to pass. That is a deep pass, but unable to get the hands around that ball deep past the 50-yard line. As now, that one got slapped out of the air. Novid looking, trying to find, unable to find anybody. As now, there's the punt team. They're going to have to give it away. Hopefully this is a nice, deep punt. And, okay, not bad. Theory goes for the fair catch there at the 35. They've still got some field in front of them, but California going to have to definitely do any and everything in their power to get down the field and tie up this game before the half.
Indeed. As they're looking at a 2nd and 10 here at their own 35-yard line with just under 9 minutes left in the first half. So that is one way to do it. Chronos Theory. California City once again using the play that works for every team here in the G1 Football League, getting a big 20-yard reception out of it, and that sets up shop in the San Antonio territory here.
All right, Hornet back to pass. He's got Twin Turbo open. Good for the first down there.
Yep, so far, Grady Crisp with the tackle for San Antonio. You'll love to see it.
Ginger
has the soul and makes the catch for a first down. Was wide open out there on the flat.
Right, I mean, he's able to just get over the line for the first down to continue this attack on the end zone for California City. As now with that run, they get 2 yards closer to the end zone.
This is where a few drives have stalled out for California.
All right, they're getting a little close. A decent 2-yard run, but they need to get at least over the line, if not in that end zone here.
Yeah, 3rd and 6. They don't have to get a touchdown, just a first down, and continue this drive. As it looks like it was tipped behind the line and falls incomplete once again. California City knocking on the door of the end zone, but nobody's home to answer as it sets up a 4th and 6 more than likely. Yep, as expected, they go for the field goal here. Should be a sure 3 points for California.
Right, I doubt this is exactly what they wanted, because with just one touchdown, this was all tied up, but it gets them closer and closer to
every little bit counts as there's still a whole half to go in this game. But you wanted to see them score a touchdown there if you're rooting for California City, of course. If you're the Sentinels, you're excited. You stop. You bent your defense bended but did not break as you limited them to just 3 points. The lead is once again 4 points.
Right, I gotta say at this point it was earlier that I gotta say at this point that it was definitely that interception, immediate return for touchdown that definitely helped the Sentinels get into this position that they are in with this lead, and they I'm sure, are loving every second that they can hold on to the ball. As Orange Lasagna Cat jumping and leaping away from defenders, but still goes down on the 49. Nice 27-yard reception by Lasagna Cat there. As Malusian tries to plow through with a run. Only gets 2 yards out of it. They're going to have to go hard here with the possible maybe like a pass or something to get the first down, or else they're going to have to give this ball away. As there it is, Omega Mario, good for the first down.
As Nova takes the ball, throws it to, looks like Malice Last there, makes the catch, makes a turn, and gets the first down.
All right, not bad there. I mean, if they can do this, they can definitely broaden their lead by quite a bit here if they manage to get the touchdown. But they are close enough to at the very least get a field goal. As Omega Mario makes the catch while the California City defender was standing in place. Takes advantage of the misread by the Cowboys defender. He gets it in the back of the end zone for 6 points. And just like that, Omega Mario up over 100 yards as well, receiving for the day. It's been all Sentinels here in the second quarter. That is an extra point, and the Sentinels lead by 11. As we go to the kickoff here. As we see here. All right, now at least California is going to get the ball back here.
With just over 4 minutes left in the first half. I mean, Robbie, I know it's only the first half, but it feels like this game has been going for a while, and it feels like we should be at the end of it, but of course we're only at the end of the first half here.
Right, I mean, this has been
action-packed into a first half.
Exactly, so many hard-hitting, high-scoring action as Ginger trying to run and gets stopped short there at the 28.
It looks like Ginger tripped over his own 2 feet as he had nothing but wide open spaces there on the right, but was unable to get to it. And the Sentinels were able to wrap him up for only a 6-yard gain. As another drive killer possibly for the Cowboys, as that is a false start. San Antonio is going to accept that penalty and push him back 5 yards. Once again, make it a 2nd and 9 here. The thing that's has hampered the Cowboys most to this point in the game has been self-inflicted wounds, if you will, Robbie. The 2 interceptions, one of them returned for a touchdown, and the multiple penalties that have ended their drives very quickly.
I mean, heck, that one, it just looked like Ginger fell over the Sentinels defender there, as that is a deep pass, but unfortunately the coverage was too good by the Sentinels, unable to get a hold of it, as that is going to lead to them punting it away. But hey, I like seeing these teams go for it. I mean, deep, big pass.
At this point in the game, you got to do what you can. As Malusian is brought down from behind, tackled, almost looked like his knees collapsed on themselves there.
As Malusian gets stopped. As I gotta say, if nothing else, if California can at the very least pump up their defense and stop any and all movement from the Sentinels, that will keep California in a good way to hopefully make some moves, get in position somehow, some way, as the 2-minute warning goes off, to try and make a comeback. And hopefully they can do that somehow after the half.
Yep, as we see here, as California City takes a timeout to maybe get the ball back for one last drive. The biggest thing for California City, besides shoring up their defense, is also stop inflicting damage to their own selves. As we saw multiple times with penalties that would essentially end drives or would stop drives from possibly being touchdowns instead of being field goals. Those moments can come back to haunt you, as well as a couple of interceptions that they threw one of them ended up being a touchdown for San Antonio. The biggest, my biggest takeaway from the first half is California City needs to stop hurting themselves. Stop stubbing your toe, if you will, and watch out for that table that you keep missing.
All right, as there is another timeout by California.
Trying to get the ball back, but San Antonio as Malusian is carried kind of through a little further, but was down for a 2-yard gain. Right. San Antonio is just comfortable running this half out, running the clock down.
Right. I mean, they don't need the score, but they're gonna again drain that clock of every second that it's worth, so California can't do anything and possibly score before the half.
Indeed, as the clock is running down here, there'll probably one more play before the end of the half here. As you see there's about a 14-second difference between game clock and play clock. Probably see one last hike here, and that will do it for the first half. As this is something we haven't seen a ton of, teams playing clock management properly, running the clock down, just going into the end of the first half happy. I mean, don't get me wrong, San Antonio could go for a field goal here, should they so choose, but let's see what they do here.
And I think that's going... Yep, they're going to go for that last-second field goal. They need to go! They did not snap it in time, as halftime is upon us.
As you see here, California City has more yards through the air than the Sentinels, but the score says otherwise. As the second half begins, San Antonio gets the ball back. They would have needed to have called a timeout if they were actually trying for that end of the half field goal there.
Right. I mean, it's all the same to them. They are well in the lead, so the Sentinels here at the half are going to get the ball. I mean, they can continue what they've been doing and go ahead, hold on to the ball, try and drive it down the field. Get that clock ticking down. Just hold on to the ball, winning where they can. Keep it away from California. At this point, San Antonio, the Sentinels, they're more playing a clock management sim than a football game almost. As Mega Mario catches the ball but got hit like in the air, and I swear he went back a yard or two from that. But
yeah, the way he got hit, Robbie, it looked like the wrestling program on this channel every Tuesday and Thursday. He got speared essentially.
Right,
that ball.
I
I'm sure
mean,
the noise you made when he caught that ball was the same noise he probably made when was the same noise he made.
yeah.
Oh,
All right, it's a good thing our players don't have mics on them because, I mean, the sound probably came out of that, man, would have been rough.
it would have probably sounded like if you ever knock the air out of yourself and you just go, oh.
Oh, I've had it happen before as Obsidian Sigma with the first down for the Sentinels now. But
The sure hands of Obsidian Sigma being the biggest contributor at this point. Actually, Obsidian Sigma's been relatively quiet for the San Antonio Sentinels. It's been all Omega Mario.
right, I mean, and you talk about that wrestling program, which, I mean, I've seen a few times, but I don't know if you saw it, but there was a special program on this channel the other night. I mean, just last night, where it wasn't wrestling, it was just straight up fighting. Did you by chance happen to see that?
I did tune in for a couple of the fights. I saw a submission. I saw a KO. I saw some poor fool get KO'd with a head kick. Hopefully that whoever that was is okay and resting up today.
Right? I mean, I saw that first match too because I mean we're obviously here in the area. I was in my room. I just turned on our channel, and it was this thing starting up. It's like a fight night or something. And I was like, okay, what is this? I saw that first match where it was a guy called Kevin and a guy called Patrick. And it was just in one of the rounds, one guy just get kicked in the side of the head and he just dropped. It was insanity.
As Wordman makes the catch for positive yardage, moving the ball forward still for San Antonio. I mean, it seemed like the ratings were good from what I heard behind the scenes, and as it looks like there was a miscommunication between receiver and quarterback there as Lenova tried to throw the ball, but receiver made a right instead of a left.
Whew, I gotta say that wrestling show, that show, it's good. It's over the top, but from what I saw last night on that Fight Night program, if there's ever going to be any more of that, as Lasagna Cat is in, touchdown from number 10. Here to start off the third quarter for the Sentinels, bringing quite a big lead now over California City. And the kick is good. That is 41 for the Sentinels. All right, there's the kickoff, and the Cowboys got the ball as, he breaks through, ducks and runs through, but, he does not get the fabled return for a touchdown. He gets stopped at the 50-yard line, but hey, that is a darn good return to start from. As, we got a fumble! It looks like, Crisp is getting up. He's got the ball. The Sentinels recovered the fumble as this game is definitely getting away from the Cowboys. As, we got another fumble, but it looks like Malice Lash was able to scoop it up, but oh my goodness, things are looking a bit rough here in the third quarter.
As Lenovo throws it over the middle, Obsidian Sigma makes the catch for the first down. Obsidian Sigma starting to wake up for the Sentinels here.
Right? I mean, they've had a lot of good stuff from Omega Mario, but they need to switch it up, obviously, here in the second half. And it looks like the person they're going to do that with is Obsidian Sigma. Might be a good game plan.
I mean, Obsidian Sigma has been double covered for most of the game. Omega Mario has been the prime target for Lenovo here this afternoon as we got 10 minutes left here in the third quarter as Malusian runs it out of the backfield, but only a 2-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 5 for the Sentinels. Is if you're San Antonio at this point, you just got to keep the clock rolling. I mean, California City has yet to find a true answer for your team.
Right.
As if by point proven, Obsidian Sigma catches the ball over the middle, breaks it open, and gets a beautiful catch to get them to the 14-yard line and set up shop here in the red zone.
Right, as if they manage to get this in the next couple of downs, I'd have to say it's probably going to be over for California because that deficit is going to be a bit deep.
Well, I will say, coming into this, a lot of the odds makers had California City as the favorite. But as we've seen week in and week out, you gotta watch what happens on the field. So while a team might be on paper favorite, as Malaslas makes the catch for the first down, it sets him up in a 1st and goal situation. What happens on the field is usually very different than what the odds makers believe is going to happen. As is the case, while this game, as we've said many a times, as this game is not technically over, mathematically it is an improbability. As that is a touchdown by Obsidian Sigma, gets himself on the board here for San Antonio. Beautifully thrown ball right behind a California City defender. As just like that, the San Antonio Sentinels are up by 24 at this point.
Right, as the California City Cowboys.
And just like that, it is a 4-score game, ladies and gentlemen. 4 scores and 7 weeks ago. San Antonio at one point was down in this game, but they have been lights out since the first quarter. As you see there, 48-23, just dominating in all facets of the game at this point.
Right, I mean, there is still a lot of time left in this game. A whole another quarter to be exact at the very least. But the California City Cowboys, to come back from this, they need to do something. They need to get firing on all their cylinders and find a few more and get them firing as well. As right there, only getting to the 27.
As is the case, Hornet back to throw. Powell manages to make the catch. Surprisingly, it looked like that ball was about to be tipped away, but instead lands in Darren Powell's short hands. Almost at 100 yards for the day. As at least the Cowboys are moving the ball forward offensively here.
We got an interception by Kamsi from the Sentinels. Oh, no.
You hate to see it, as I mentioned at the end of the first half. If California City was going to have any chance in this game, the self-inflicted wounds and injuries were going to have to stop. This Wordman almost breaks it open for a nice game, but gets 7 yards instead. The Cowboys were going to have to stop throwing interceptions, stop coughing the ball up and turning the ball over. And what have they done for most of this quarter, Robbie?
I know, James. This is rough to see, especially in the likes of a game that is meant to showcase some of the best teams that we've got, where one team is just running away with this game, as Nova just lobs that ball to Sigma, and he is gone.
There was never a chance on that play. Lenovo had plenty of options, but Sigma broke open at the last second and just caught the ball and ran with it. As it is now a 30-plus point lead for San Antonio. At this point, I mean, not to anger any Cowboy fans out there, but this is your best. This is what we played the entire season for. And this is the best you can do at this point. Like, if you're a Cowboy fan right now, you have to be angry with what they're doing because this is it. Win or go home. You're either going to the championship game or you're falling short.
All right, and that's the thing. They fought. They had one of the, obviously, some of the best games of the season. You know, they much more wins than losses, all that type of stuff going in their favor. But this game here,
it's proving otherwise.
Yeah, this rain-drenched game has definitely shown that the Cowboys can be taken down, can be defeated.
As he almost breaks it open, but instead gets tackled at the 32-yard line. I will say it comes also to where the Sentinels were well prepared, haven't stopped playing since the regular season ended. Obviously, they had to win another game to get to this point.
Exactly.
Maybe the week off kind of affected California City. Maybe they were ill prepared. Whatever the case might be, this is a tough game for California's fan base.
Go out of bounds with that hit.
Yeah, it looks like my eyes deceived me there for a second, Robbie. I thought somebody was flying in the air.
Right? I mean, well, sometimes that's what happens when you get hit hard enough. It takes you off your feet.
Yep, as Hornet throws the ball away. Almost got sacked behind the line. Instead, it's an incomplete pass. Sets up a 3rd and 1. You have to be very thankful that he saw both defenders in time, just got the ball out as quickly as possible. As the play is called, let's see what happens.
Oh, twin turbo, big pass, big catch, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown.
Turbo taking advantage of possibly a Sentinel defense blitzing, going for broke on that play, is wide open, uncovered himself, much like Obsidian Sigma was on the last drive for San Antonio. As the fireworks go off, California City showing some signs of life here as they're going for 2, Robbie.
Well, I mean, they need that too. They need that too. No!
Ginger stopped behind the line. It looks like he may have run into one of his own blockers there. As you love to see the 6 points. You love to see them going for it here as Ginger's looking a little worse for wear as he's having trouble getting his, I guess he was just out. But as you see there, 2 plays and a quick score for the Cowboys. Down by 26 at this point. I mean, they got to stop on this drive. If they don't stop San Antonio, this is it.
I mean, at this point, we're just going to be playing the game out of, because we have to at that point. But, it's rough to see it on one side or really the other because I'm sure, like you said, maybe California, the Cowboys came in here ill-prepared or with a bit of a overinflated ego, possibly, that, the Sentinels, might be tired. They might be just straight up better than them, but because, obviously they were already in this game here in the semifinals and such to go into the possible championship game, but no, apparently we're going to have the way this looks, despite some of the experts out there prediction, a big championship change-up, as it were, because every bit of information that was put down supported California City, especially even with what we saw at the beginning, as a little too soon there on the start. Going to take him back, making this 2nd and 15. Novick gets it to Omega Mario and immediately makes up all that lost yardage. That's now okay. Don't know where that pass is going, but I mean it'll stop the clock at 5:55.
As surprisingly enough, California City able to stop a San Antonio drive for the first time, I think, since really the first quarter, as they get the ball back on their own 20-yard line.
All right, now the Cowboys need to... Ooh! The Sentinels went all in on that play to stop him, but Novid saw it, tried to make up for it, got a 1-yard gain, if nothing else, but that had to be rough right there. And somehow... Twin Turbo, despite taking so many hits after leaping to catch that ball in the air and coming down to the ground, False
start on the California City offensive line once again. Granted, that play is not a drive killer, but it makes that first down that much more harder to get here. As we mentioned, California City, this game has hurt themselves more than they've helped themselves. I'm a little confused by what happened, but it looks like a sack by San Antonio.
Right, as
the punt team is on for California City. Robbie, I think being up here in the booth has caused me to go a little goofy here. Is California... Yeah, I think I'm seeing things, Robbie. I need to step away for a minute and clean my eyes out, because I think I'm seeing like 3 or 4 things happening at once.
Right, I mean, sometimes that happens, especially with these big games. You get excited, overloaded, information overload, as it were, as Novid back to pass, and that is incomplete. As we got about 4 minutes left here in the third quarter, and San Antonio still sitting pretty at 55.
Might be that, or I might be coming down off of a squelch eye that I got at the end of the first half.
Whew. I mean, I want you don't. I mean, I understand that you're thirsty, all right, but you can't down those things. You will get a high like you will not believe. But the crash is rough, all right.
Yep. As I'm seeing 3 or 4 things happen at once, I think I'm seeing players floating and sliding across the field. Granted, it is raining, but not to the extent that they probably ever should. As wide open is Green, and that is a touchdown for San Antonio. This crowd has been stunned silent once again, as it looks like they were going for an all-out blitz on that play, and it felled them as Patrick Green made the catch, and that is a touchdown, with San Antonio being up by 32 points, Robbie.
Yeah, it's rough to see, especially with...
33 points.
It's rough to see. It's okay. Math is hard. I totally understand. But we've got a whole another quarter to go, and this is rough to see that this just absolute stomping the Sentinels are putting on California at this point. But now, the Cowboys have got the ball. They still got a chance to, do something at the very least. They could try and get a touchdown.
Robbie, we've seen scoring aplenty in the G1 Football League this season by many teams. We've seen teams come back from big deficits. I think the biggest being possibly a 30-point deficit at one point, but I think this game... Yep. I think this game, as you see there, tackle behind the line of scrimmage, making it 3rd and 7 for California City. You have to wonder when the fat lady's going to start warming her vocal cords, start singing that this game is over, as Ginger once again takes the ball but gets a first down.
Right? California, at the very least, they're going down, but at least they could, go down with some dignity if they can get some more points on the board, as that pass was a bit short right there. And Chronos Theory, nice catch for the first down. On the other side of the 50-yard line, on the 48. But again, this is generally where we see the Sentinel defense start to ramp up and shut down the Cowboys as Hornet tries for a run and doesn't get anywhere, it seemed like there. As Chronos Theory, good catch, good reception, 25 yards. As now they are getting closer to the end zone here with under 20 seconds left. As Powell goes down 1 yard away from the first down. And that'll be the end of the third quarter, everybody.
Yep, as you see there, the stats have fallen a little bit more. Even time of possession has fallen to the way of the San Antonio Sentinels at this point. And if you are the California City Cowboys, if you want any shot to be in this game, you need to put 6 points on the board on this drive.
All right, as Ginger with the run, good for the first down, as that'll put them 1st and goal. As they give it to Ginger again, but
kind of gets stuck behind his own lineman, but manages to push the ball forward regardless.
All right, now they got plenty of opportunities, and Ajax gets it done. Point on the board, taking California City Cowboys to 35.
As the 2-point conversion is about to happen, Hornet, looking at what the defense is showing, calls an audible, moves everybody around. Smart attempt here by the Cowboys. Looking forward to seeing what happens as
there it is.
Ginger pushes him forward, but he manages to get it out to. Sorry, let me clean my glasses as it's a little rainy
Hey,
out here.
Jace.
Is that
The Jace there.
Jace? Make sure I pronounce that name properly. Is the 2 points are good, and that puts California City only down by 25.
All right, not bad here for the fourth quarter, the final attempt for the Cowboys to try and slow down the wither and rot away at the lead.
Indeed, as you see there, California still, I mean, the fat lady's slowly warming up her vocal cords, but she hasn't exactly hit that first note yet. As there's 14 minutes left in the game, California City's going to need a quick turnover, or San Antonio's going to need to go 3 and outs for them to really push this game in their direction. Flork receives the kickoff. Looking for an open lane, doesn't find it. Well, as I say that,
Oh, no! They all tripped over each other, James! Did you see it?
I'm
My
not sure if
God!
it was the weather conditions, Robbie, or if just they all tried to tackle Vork at the same time, but that is a touchdown for San Antonio.
My
a heartbreaker
God.
against California, as that was... I'm guessing that was miscommunication. That was. I'm just assuming that
I am
everybody.
flabbergasted, James, at what
Yep,
just transpired.
All three of them, Robbie, got tripped up at the same time. It's almost like we're living in a Matrix at this point, as the Sentinels have the perfect score, 69-37. As if you're the Cowboys, you just got to wonder what you can do at this point. You stop it on offense, they take the ball away and score while they're on defense. You play good offense and limit their defense, they score on kickoff returns. California City has not come up with a truer answer on how to counterpunch what San Antonio has put out today. And if that moment doesn't show it, I don't know what will. Whew.
Oh my goodness. What a game. What a absolute schooling going on by the Sentinels here.
Indeed, as California City tries to break it on their own, but unfortunately gets hammered down at their own 20-yard line, Robbie.
I mean, and also, I don't know, I didn't get to see it. I don't know if you got to see it, but I was talking about that fight night thing. I got to see a majority of it, but from what I understand, as we've got a fumble!
Oh no, Cade once again coming up with the recovery, as San Antonio has just put the Cowboys out to pasture at this point, Robbie.
Oh my God. I mean, we've seen games like this before. We really have. As Wordman
makes the catch over the middle, setting the Sentinels up at the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. I mean, at this point, they could essentially take a knee on 3 plays and kick a field goal and be fine. But that's not the way San Antonio is doing things. They're out to prove something, as that is an incomplete pass.
Right, I mean, at this point, I mean, I thought Fight Night was brutal that I watched the other night with people getting hit and laid out, but this is just a bloody massacre.
You thought that head kick by Kevin against Patrick was rough. This makes it look like he hit him with a pool noodle.
Oh, but from what I understand, I had to go away and do some, very, very important stuff after the main event. From what I understand, apparently there was a special I don't know what they call it, like a after party fight or something. I don't know. It was a special extra matchup or something. I don't know. I didn't get to see it. Hopefully it was good.
It's looking like, from what I'm seeing, Robbie, it looks like because of the awesome support during what the original Fight Night pay-per-view event was, it looks like they gave the fans a free single boxing fight as a reward for showing up and supporting them through that first event.
Really? Boxing?
Yeah, it looks like from what I'm seeing From what I saw last night, what I'm seeing here on the paper that our intern has handed me, it looks like it was a boxing match between two gentlemen, and it went all 10 rounds.
Wow. Okay, I might have to look up how that went because from what the combat sports, they are something else. Because I mean, I saw that the UFC Fight Night thing, and that was something else. That was brutal. Unfortunately, I had to miss that apparent boxing match, but that must have been something else.
Yep, from what I saw last night, it looked like an exciting back and forth where it looked like it went to full 10 rounds to a decision. Looks like both men put it all on the line in those 10 rounds, and as boxing does, sometimes this Hornet is tackled for just a 2-yard gain. Sometimes in boxing, you have fights that completely go the distance. Sometimes you have fights that result in KOs or TKOs, but that one went the full 10 rounds and was a judge's decision as Russ makes the catch over the middle, picks up some positive yardage, and gets the first down for the Cowboys.
As I gotta say, I for one, after seeing that, at least the UFC stuff, I can't wait for when one of them happens again. I'm definitely gonna, whenever one of them pops up, definitely try and tune in because those were quite good. I mean, it was only 4 fights, and it definitely got your blood pumping, your adrenaline going. Every second that was happening. Though I gotta say, it was kind of weird seeing that one guy there on commentary. Not the Mike guy. He knew what the fuck he was talking about. He's the guy from wrestling. Apparently they got the guy from the wrestling commentary, Rob. And I don't know if he knew what exactly he was doing out there.
Yeah, it seems like that the Patrick knew more about the sport, but sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need a guy that can call all the sport specific action, and a guy who can promote and talk during the in between rounds. You know, you need that. Sometimes you need that balance where you have one guy who only knows the sport, and another guy who's a professional broadcaster, and it shows.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, because I gotta say, it was interesting to hear the like of that Mike guy. Really telling you what was happening, what was going on. Is that Son of Russ another good first down? As it looks like
touchdown, but just came up short. Mike, intern, you gave me the wrong sheet for the name. Don't let it happen again. They handed me the wrong sheet with the name here. As Hornet takes it himself, I don't think you deserve to lay down and celebrate like that, sir, as your team is down by 29 points.
I mean, at least he got a score in here tonight in this possible final game for them.
Indeed, what some may call garbage time scoring. If you play fantasy football, that is what that could be called. The fireworks go off, and they probably go for 2 here at this point.
All right. I mean, I just found that a bit odd that Rob guy, he was talking a lot about wrestling because I guess he knows more wrestling as the pass is away and not good.
San Antonio fans chanting it. It is incomplete. As you see there, Cowboys able to do it all through the air there. 66 yards passing, but unfortunately not able to complete the 2-point conversion there. I mean, don't forget that there is wrestling programming happening here on this channel tomorrow night, as well as Thursday night.
Right. I mean, hopefully Rob is back in a position where he can actually do the show. You never know. It might be canceled for something. You never can tell with that wrestling show anymore because...
Indeed. Things happen off screen that we just aren't alerted to sometimes.
That's right, but just going to have to keep your eye out.
It's the kickoff return. Bork finally brought down, not returning that one for a touchdown.
Nope.
As San Antonio will set up shop at their own 24-yard line.
And he just pushed that guy down. Did you see that? He was trying to tackle Omega Mario, but he's just like, no. You just said no. As there is the fair catch. As once again, the Cowboys have got the ball as we got 8.5 minutes left in the final quarter. As I got to say, with this score, it looks like the... Oh, my God, James.
Not again. Madden, for the second or third time today, intercepts the ball.
Well, at this point, with that, the interception for a touchdown, bringing this to 78, about to be 79 to 43.
The fat lady can start singing. She can stop her warm-ups. That is the ball game, Robbie. As that extra point is good, as you... Yeah, that is it. The takeaway from today's game is we've got just over 8 minutes left in the game itself. Is California City did it to themselves. Penalties that stalled drives and hurt them when they were close to the end zone. Fumbles, interceptions, self-inflicted wounds was the end of the game for California.
Right, I'm sure they were riding high. Thought they had this in the bag, but
San Antonio was also the more motivated team, as well as they were coming off a tough win in their last matchup. And California City had the bye week coming into this game and probably took it a little easier than they should have, as it shows here a little bit today.
That is true. But California is going to keep on trying, though I got to say, at this point, they would have to hold the ball for the rest of the game and do nothing but nonstop scoring to just even think about making a comeback here.
Indeed. Robbie, do you play video games at all?
From time to time, I like to play some video games. I like that what is it, that the Mario karting game, where you race around and you got all the items except the blue shell. Fuck that blue shell. All right, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I know. Some people call it the battle shell, but those people are liars. I was going to mention, as someone who, as I've been introducing my nephew into the video game world, I've introduced him to the classic generation of games and introduced him to the thing that they used to call a Game Shark, where you could enter codes into the game to augment the game to be in your favor. The Cowboys at this point would need a Game Shark where every play they score a touchdown, and every play that San Antonio has, they get the ball away from them. Otherwise, it's the only way they're winning this one, Robbie.
Yeah.
From the 43-yard line.
As the San Antonio fair catch is made at this point, it's all but said and done. All San Antonio needs to do is run the ball, run the clock. Effectively, if they play their cards right on this drive, they could end the game here. But instead, they go for the jugular.
Oh, my God.
Melvin throws it over the middle to Obsidian Sigma
Just
for another touchdown. He's already dead. You can call it. He's dead. He's not beating. There's no pulse. As that puts the San Antonio team up by 42. Going to be 43 here after the extra point. Obsidian Sigma Granted, it's late, but got up once again over 200 yards receiving for San Antonio. San Antonio wanting to prove a point here today. They have effectively doubled the score of California on one play. Robbie, I thought San Antonio was just going to end it by running the ball a few times, running a few plays, and running the clock down to 0. No, they went for the jugular.
You're right. They're gonna need some sort of cheat device, and I don't think they got it. But speaking of which, I actually had one of those Game Genies for the original Nintendo, and I played one of those Mutant Turtle games all the time with the Game Genie, and just
were they kids or were they teenagers?
They were teenagers.
Okay.
Yeah, they were teenagers. Turtles. They really liked pizza. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but
I have a general idea. I'm not up on the stuff, but I have a general idea.
All right, and believe it or not, I played that game so much with the Game Genie. To this day,
as Chronos Theory puts up a fight, breaks a few tackles, and manages to put California City back on the board, saying, we aren't done yet, ladies and gentlemen.
To this day, I can remember the Game Shark or Game Genie code for Infinite Lives. It is stuck in my brain because I used it so much when I was a kid.
As I've seen, as Chronos Theory has almost near 300 yards receiving here today, the Cowboys are going for 2, but at this point, it is indeed a moot point as there's under 6 minutes left in the game. Hornet gets back, throws the ball over the middle, and it is incomplete.
Yeah. That code, by the way, is AAEAULPA. And it's probably because of how it sounds and stuff is why I am able to remember it. I don't know if there's a way to actually look it up somewhere, but yeah, it just rolled off the tongue, and I was just able to remember it. To this very day, it's just one of those weird things. You know what? Maybe I should look it up here. We got about just under 6 minutes left on the clock. The Sentinels have the ball again. They get stopped at the 18. As now Novid back to pass and incomplete. That's gonna stop the clock. But I don't think the Sentinels much care at this point. They could just run the ball, run that clock down, do whatever they so choose. At this point, it is a lock, a guarantee.
San Antonio has moved on.
Yep.
Face, if I remember correctly, the Denver Death Battlers next week.
Yep, that they will face.
Longtime rivals facing off for the champion of the G1 Football League. As if I'm saying it's... Oh, okay, they opt to just punt it immediately. I would have just let that clock run down. Instead, it's a fair catch called by Chronos Theory.
I mean, maybe they're just being nice. I mean, maybe they're just going to give him the ball and be like, there's no way you're catching up. I mean, just take the ball, run down the clock. I mean, you never know. Maybe they'll let them score 1 or 2. Just like this right here. Look, see, they're diving too early. They let them score. They had to let them score right there at this point.
Chronos Theory gets the touchdown once again. Up over 300 yards for the day, receiving one of the few lone bright spots for the Cowboys here today as they're down by, pending what happens here, either 29 or 31. It's that hike. As you see there, 330 yards on the day, averaging 33 yards a reception, which is just unheard of, which would be amazing if they were winning.
Right? As they're trying to try for 2 points, but they ain't
Once
gonna let
again-
them have that.
Yeah, as the receiver for the Cowboys tries to jump in the air to get the ball, falls flat on his back, but the ball hits the ground before he could catch it. As you see there, San Antonio at this point is letting them score just so they can get the ball back quickly and run the clock down. That's the only explanation this is. They're still down by 31 points. This game is long since over. It might be one of the, if not the, arguably the highest scoring game we've had here this season.
It's definitely one of them. I'm pretty sure we've gotten into the 90s in one of the games.
But also I think those games were also kind of really one-sided to where there was such a differentiation in score that it was, we're definitely up there in the, I would say, top 5 total scoring games this season. As Vork takes the ball, gets tackled at his own 19-yard line. If I'm San Antonio at this point, Robbie, I am just running the ball 3 times, not calling a timeout on either, not calling a pass, just running the ball 3 times, and just running the clock down as much as I can to get this game over with. Hell, at this point, I'd even bring in some of the backups. Don't want any of your starters getting hurt going into the championship game. As Lasagna Cat makes the catch over the middle for about 15 yards and a first down, and that clock will continue to move on that first down.
Hornet gets the catch for an interception.
Bobby, was he celebrating that he intercepted the ball? I'm not exactly sure
I think he was. He celebrated a little too early with that interception. Just stood there dancing that he got the ball, but now Twin Turbo. Oh no!
He's gonna be honest. I think that's a concussion. I think he paid for the celebration that happened there. Oh, Lord, Robbie, that looked like it hurt.
Right, he's at least going to be out for 3 plays, but thankfully he will have a lot longer to rest up with how this game is going.
Yeah, he's going to have the whole offseason the rest at this point.
As another pass over there to the right side of the field, incomplete, stops the clock at exactly 4 minutes.
As San Antonio is just at this point put up numbers for those who have money on the game for fantasy stats and other stats as well. Despite the complete overhaul, as Conch makes the catch, kind of gets tangled up there with the San Antonio defender. The clock continues to move as we got under 4 minutes left in the game. That is an incomplete pass. Set up 2nd and 10 here with 3:37 left in the game. As Hornet, who still seems to be coming down off the high of intercepting a pass, throws a little Kronos Theory, his main target today, for the first down. I mean, I give California City props for not quitting on the game, still fighting even here with just over 3 minutes left, down by 4 scores at this point. As Hornet throws the ball out to Conch, who drops a tackler, would-be tackler, and gets into the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. California City not going away yet, but this game is too far out of reach for them as the fireworks go off, as they're just having fun celebrating the season at this point. Down.
And they're going ahead and going for 2.
Yep, they're down by 25. Could make it 23, but instead is incomplete once again on the 2-point conversion attempt. As you see there, they did it all through the air, passing 4 of 8, passing 1 rush that went 0 places. Being down by 25, like I said, with just this much time, they'd have to have quite a few things fall their way, but they're not using the Game Genie. They're not using the Game Shark. No cheat codes have been activated for this matchup between these two teams. So at this point, if I'm San Antonio, I'm just running the clock out.
And the kick is away.
Work takes the kickoff and is going to get tacked down at his own 21-yard line.
All right, Malice last down, only 3 yards to the first down, but that clock's still ticking, as that is what the Sentinels want, just to end this game at this point.
As they are running the ball, the clock is stopped. I expect California City, despite being down by 25 points, still to call all their timeouts, as that is an incomplete pass. Of course, they're not going to call a timeout on that, as the clock stops on an incomplete pass. It would just be foolish for them to call a timeout after that.
All right, I mean, at this point, we're bound to see anything, so you never know.
As Lenovid steps under center, makes an audible call, sees something in a defense that he's about to exploit. As he opts to throw it to Omega Mario, who's been relatively quiet for the last quarter plus, but instead catches the ball for first down. California City, as expected, is starting to use their timeouts here.
All right, we are under that 2-minute mark. It is about all over, folks, as the quick run and down by Malusian. And there is another timeout. They only got 1 left. So,
yep. I mean, this game is mathematically all but over, but a first down here by San Antonio would officially seal it up, and that is how they're going to do it. Pass over the middle to Obsidian Sigma for the first down. California City's going to call a timeout, but it's going to be useless, as that is their last timeout of the game. All San Antonio has to do here is run 2 plays, run the clock down, and that is your ball game. Instead, they get a little excited at the potential of playing in the championship, as that is an offside. Sets up a first 15. A useless penalty, but a penalty nonetheless.
Right. I mean, the refs still got to call it. That's what they're there for.
As Malusian takes the ball, runs it forward for a 1-yard gain, but it's not important. As you see there, a big difference between the clock and game clock and play clock. If San Antonio times this right, the next play will be the last play of the game, as they're trying to line it up to get it where it's under 40 seconds so they can just go home happy, as they hike the ball, throw it out to Malusian for a 3-yard gain. And ladies and gentlemen, moving on to face Denver in the championship game, as the clock continues to roll down here, will be your San Antonio.
I think they're going to go with one last play to run out the clock here, because
this will be the official last play of the game, because they've mismanaged how much time between the play clock and game clock there was. So it's about 5. They're going to wait till the last possible second to hike it.
And They just go with the run, and that is it. It
Mercifully
is done.
so, but that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. As we see there, San Antonio just was too much. Granted, California City put up better offensive numbers. San Antonio took advantage of many turnovers, penalties, and self-inflicted damage by the Cowboys. As that is it for the final semifinal, let me say final 3 more times matchup. As we go on to see who will face off in next week's championship game.
All right, so that means next week we've got the championship game just 7 days away. So we hope everybody will be back here in the announce desk, and everybody and more will come to see the big game just 7 days away. So till then, James and I will see you by the wayside, I guess. So talk to y'all later.